All right, it's goblet night. And so that means clean tools. What is happening here, ladies and gentlemen, is Chris is making sure his tweezers have no wax on them. And then Oliver's got some more glass because, dun 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 dun, the tweezers are clean, but now you got to clean off the jacks. And the shears also have to be cleared. I always clean the straight shears as well, so there's no wax on them. It also preheats the tool, so for the goblets, the blades will slide easily.
I can wax up the jacks so they're nice and smooth, but making sure I don't get any wax on these puppies right here. You don't want any wax on the shears. Look at this big, old, crazy cleaning tool of molten glass.
And you know what? We can recycle it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's hot. It's doing its job, and it will go in a bucket
All right.
of clear glass.
What's happening,
Howdy,
folks?
everybody.
We are here at the Gathering Point in Dearborn, Michigan, just outside of Detroit at the Glass Academy for another exciting show. Tonight's Goblet Night. We've got Michelle on the camera. We got Bess on tech. We've got Oliver here assisting me. Jacob's got the night off. He's got a lot of catching up to do. We had a 3-day weekend out at the Michigan Renaissance Festival. And there's Michelle. So we are excited to do some sweet pieces. I'm going to do a piece tonight. I'm just going to start one up. You guys can see this thing come to fruition before your eyes. It's pretty sweet. It's something we were trying to do all weekend long, and we did a lot of them. People were loving them. So here we go.
This is a members exclusive. Members get the warmer-upper. Today we had some construction happening in the studio, so while Chris takes his first gather, let me do a walkover. Look what happened. We got a wall. Holy bajoli. It's happening. That's where the beverage counter is going to be in the Glass Academy.
I feel like every time I come in, something's changed.
Oh my gosh, it's insane. You are at the Gathering Point. We are family owned and operated since 2001. Show theme tonight. Oh, and the number, I forgot to fill it in. Ellery had some surgery on her dog. Bess was telling us that it's a retrograde something or other.
Mercury's in the microwave.
Oh yeah, Mercury's in the microwave, and it's causing life to be crazy. But that's all right. It's a full moon tonight, too. In case you guys didn't know that.
Full moon in the glass shop. Things could get crazy.
I looked it up on the anthroposophical calendar.
I think that the glass actually flows differently because of the gravitational pull of the full moon. It makes the glass just wonky.
You know, we've never tested that.
I think it does. I mean, I think that the molten glass in a crucible floating in the tank is just like a human being's brain floating in cerebral fluid. It's true. And that's what happens on full moons. You got all kinds of crazy things happening. People going crazy because of their cerebral fluid putting pressure on their dome.
That's what's going on there. It's all because of the moon.
Yes.
Well then.
I mean, you go to every emergency room on the planet, and they're like, when it's a full moon, we're
That's
busy.
when we get all these cerebral fluid issues.
Yep, that's right. Some people's foreheads just blow right out.
Well then.
Could you imagine? The full moon blowout. I don't know what to say, you guys.
I don't think the medical staff would like that.
Well,
Hey, everybody. We just did 3 days at the Renaissance Festival, and we're back at it again today. This is day number 4.
yeah.
We're feeling it.
You're a little giddy.
So Jake got to escape from Chris and I, but you better buckle in and prepare yourselves.
But kind of, I feel like we should say, hey, you in the back. We can see you back there by the giant tree.
It's time to come in and sit down.
Come on forward up to the front row in the VIP section and check it
Hottest
out.
show in all the land.
That's right.
Whoever had the gimbal last was using the button that makes it go up and down. Pretty cool. So I'm trying to figure it out myself. I apologize for a couple wacky screenshots there for a hot minute.
All right, so I just went into the pineapple mold. The top of this piece of stemware that I'm making is going to have the bowl of tone pattern on it, and I did it in the perp. And anyone who's just sitting back in their chair watching this right now, just feel free to let that right out of your lips, the perp, because it feels good.
Say it and spray it.
That's right.
We've
Go ahead and
already
blow,
got
Oliver.
a ton of people
Slowly.
watching.
Keep
Got
going.
Dana says hello.
Keep going.
Sharon says hello. Carrie says hello. Donna says hey from Twinsburg. Judy says hi from New York. Linda says hello, addicts. Carol says hi from Sarnia. Alexis says hi from North Carolina. Let's see here. Over on the YT side, Carol says hello again. She's saying hello in both spots. Pam says back home after the long weekend in Fall River, Massachusetts. Very cool. Angel from Argentina says hello, beautiful people. Have a great time blowing. Very cool.
Great
Welcome,
time
everybody.
what?
Great glass blowing. Have a happy glass blowing.
Nice.
Sweet.
Gosh, it seems a week has gone by. Last week we were without power watching a giant storm float by, and now just like nothing, we're like, okay, back to normal.
We're dropping this one over the top, Oliver. What? I just felt something. Maybe Greg Kennett's out there. Greg, if you're out there, I'm feeling it. If you're not signed in yet, that's okay, but I'm letting you know that we can feel your vibe.
The vibe has been felt.
So tonight is all about goblets. We've got a lot of goblets, a lot of really cool things lined up for tonight. We also have a lot
No
of
paddle needed because we're
housekeeping.
just doing the pacifier.
Just so you guys know, I'm going to be kind of intermittently doing housekeeping throughout the night. We've got a couple Renfest giveaways to announce. We've got our giveaways from last week to announce. We've got the winner of that beautiful little cactus sipper to give away, and then we've also got tonight's giveaway, and then the monthly $100 giveaway for the gift card. So we've got a
We're
lot
just going to be
going
giving
on.
away stuff tonight.
I feel like an episode of Oprah.
We do a giveaway every day of the Ren Fair out there after the show, the big show at 6 o'clock. We raffle off a piece. That's a sweet piece that we've made that we take out of the booth, and we pull the names out of a sweet hat. Really, it's a bag and not a hat. When I told Oliver I wanted a pacifier bit, you guys see why it's called a pacifier bit? Look at that.
Very cool.
It looks like a pacifier, but you don't want to be sucking on that because it'll burn your lips.
You know, oh, and I wanted to mention, so because the power was out, let's see, it went out Tuesday night, did not come back on until Friday night. Last year we purchased a generator. We had never used a generator in our furnaces, so we figured that out, got the generator rolling. The furnace stayed warm, which was amazing. Everything else could kick in later. So we were open Friday night at 4:30, which was amazing. And what
Power
else?
came on at 4:11 Friday night.
Yeah, 4:11. Matt was a trooper. He was here. He was doing the live demos. And then we had all our classes on Saturday.
You can bring me enough for two off of that next one, Oliver.
Crazy though, because the phone is Wi-Fi, needs electricity. The computers need. So even though people were like emailing us and stuff, we couldn't check them because our power went out at our house as well.
One leaf on there. I'm going for three. I'm going to do the tri-leaf. So I'm going to have to divide it up into 3 sections. But these leaves are going to be suspending the vessel or the top of the wine glass. Really, it's a chalice, and you can drink anything out of a chalice. It's not necessarily a wine glass.
If you're watching and you got quick access to the internet, or if you know off the top of your head, could you write in what the difference between a chalice, a goblet, and like a wine glass is? Educate us a little bit.
Chalice is from the 1800s. No, I have no idea.
Is it all just time period based?
Well, and what I was kind of getting at, our table tonight is not full of goblets as we had planned because we couldn't blow glass. Typically, Wednesday is set aside for production, and that's when we would have been making the goblets that went on the table tonight. So tonight we have some gnomes, some snakes, some snails, and some bunnies. It's the creature table.
Creature feature.
Which doesn't really match the goblet table, but because of the power outage, you do what you do.
Yeah, that's why we're going to be making a bunch of tasty goblets right now. So this is for the exclusive members only first, you said, right, Shell?
Yep.
Well, it's going to be a nice one.
In case you guys are new to watching, what they're talking about as members, we have 2 different levels of membership. So obviously we have our basic, where you guys are all here watching for free every single week.
I really like...
Bess is talking.
We've also got our next level. It's called our Star Supporters. It's $8 a month, and that is always open for registration. And you guys can sign up. It gets you a lot of access to extra content. You will get a different quarterly benefit every quarter. And then you're also going to get access to the Annealer Reveal weekly as well. We also have our highest level, our Loyalty League membership, and membership for that is not open year-round. So we have some upcoming dates of when that's going to be opening. We'll announce those soon. But when that Loyalty League membership opens, I really highly recommend it. You get a really cool quarterly exclusive piece every single quarter. You get discounts, you get first access to pieces. You also get access, of course, to the Annealer Reveal, but you also get access to purchasing the members-only piece that is made at the beginning of every show.
Yeah, and I have to apologize. We did a video, but because we couldn't airdrop it, Loyalty League members, you're going to be getting some special emails, not on the regular days, because we did not have power. Couldn't download the video from the software streaming device that made the video.
So this piece, as Chris mentioned, is the members-only piece. This will go live for those Loyalty League members.
Beautiful. Off.
When it gets into the Annealer. And it'll be on that link that you guys were just emailed. Email went out a little bit later this afternoon, but the link did get sent out.
It's looking pretty tasty right there. All right, we're going to put 3 more leaves on it.
All right.
Chris, you started to say something, and we were talking. What did you want to say about the leaves, maybe?
I can't remember, but this is going to be a sweet piece. We're going to put some more leaves on it.
So the trick is, it's hard for us to hear when Bess is talking because she's not right next to us. So we're trying to be mindful of not talking over each other. So today we will do our best to honor Beth in the chat.
Right behind you.
It's really important for me to make sure that I've got enough heat up on the neck, especially when I'm doing such an intricate stem on this thing. I got to pay attention to keeping enough heat up here as I'm adding all these details on the bottom. You coming out now? I think I'll probably get all 3 off of this bit. We'll see though.
It's a little tricky with the purple color to see against the bench, so I'll try to move around.
Oh, you're getting fancy with it.
So Oliver gathered enough glass for the 3 bits that Chris needed, and he wants to go between and keep the bits hot in the glory hole while Chris is shaping. The less you touch the glass to the marble, the less heat is absorbed, so there should be an easy 3 gather or 3 leaves here. off of one bit. And it's purple and gold. It looks like amber right now, but they will do some reduction in it and get the gold leaves to come out. You might have noticed if you're a regular here on the show, this piece of equipment is not normally there. We moved some things around. When we had no power, the high-low worked. So Chris got busy moving some of the equipment in the studio around. The guys had the day off. Much needed, relaxing.
I'm going to put a clear bit down there, Oliver.
Okay.
Got a lot more hellos pouring in, and I'll read those off. We've got E. Ruiz 313 on YC says hi from Taylor. Diane says hi GA fam, watching from Florida. Next week I'll be watching from my home state of Massachusetts. Coffee says hi. Let's see here. Over on the FB side, Carol says being a member has its perks. Yes, it sure does. Marianne says hey, good evening friends. Dawn says hi all. Dave says hi, glad to see the power back up and everything working. Marianne says hello from NJ. Pat says hi from Shelby Township. So we got a lot of people here, both newer and OGs.
Yep. I like it. It's nice to see everyone. Carol, if you're on Carol Jutras, we're going to find out what's up with your email. Maybe in the... She said she hasn't been getting some of the emails, so we're going to figure that out for you.
3 purple leaves for the bottom.
All right.
We've got a really fun table coming up for tonight that'll go live in about 13 minutes. But we've got some fun creatures and characters for you all. A lot of one and done pieces here on the table, so we'll show that off after this piece is over.
So I just told Oliver I wanted to get 3 purple leaves, and I'm going to substitute these leaves onto the bottom of the piece for the foot, so it's going to be standing on the leaves. This thing's looking pretty sweet. Check it out, you guys. Very leafy. I always like to describe this, especially out at the Renaissance Festival. I address the audience. We usually have about 50 to 100 people watching us, and I'll tell a little story about how you're walking through the magic woods and you just got through the Shire and you tripped on a log and you fell over and you found this mysterious magical goblet in the dirt, and it's super cool looking. This one is something that's pretty magical. It's a pretty tasty looking piece. Definitely from a fantasy.
Just close your eyes and imagine.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was like a little path appeared and the wind gently blew away the leaves off the trail, and I walked down the little stone-lined path to the little cabin in the woods where the door gently creaked open, and inside on the table with natural light coming through the opening of the roof was a magical goblet sitting on the table.
That's a pretty cool story. I think we could go off. You guys should write some stories and tell us what you think. I was just thinking about maybe when you're like belaying down the side of a mountain and you look as you're like 1,000 feet hanging off a line, and there's a little nook in the side of the granite wall, and you reach in there to get a handhold, and all of a sudden there's a goblet in your hand, and you're like, how the heck do I climb down the rest of this mountainside with a goblet in my hand?
But you have to
You just
figure
like
it out.
stress. You trip and fall and it's in the woods. I'm like, I go in the house and it's a beautiful goblet sitting on the table filled with a tasty beverage where I can sit down in peace and quiet and listen to the birds sing.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I did trip and fall in the woods in my story, and I did hang 1,000 feet from the air and get in a predicament of stress. So yeah, I'm a stress guy. Oliver, let's hear your story.
Just
Where
think
would you
about,
find it?
Think about being in your house. You're in your kitchen. You open up the cabinet door to pull your magnificent, beautiful leaf-footed goblet out. And just like in any Chris Farley movie, the cabinet hits you in the forehead, and then you say, holy shnikes, and then you trip and fall and bang the back of your head on the floor.
I see.
And then David Spade comes out
Oliver's-
there just to laugh at you.
Oliver's is a mix of tragedy, comedy, modern living.
Sharon says, I like when Chris lets loose and just goes for it. Always makes for an interesting creation.
Thanks, Sharon. I miss you. Haven't seen you in a while.
Did she come out to the festival last year?
I don't remember, but she better be coming out to the festival.
You know, Jake asked, I haven't been out in a while. I went out this weekend, and he said, what do you notice different? And I said, people have really dressed up. That's what I noticed differently.
You know who we saw was Deborah, Lucy's friend. And she was pimped out in a giant hardcore outfit.
Very cool.
I love the mushroom outfits.
I know there's a lot of mushroom hats and stuff this year.
The mushroom hats are super cool.
Pammy says, hi, gorgeous people. Glad you're all safe and back in the swing of things. Just a quick pop in to say good day on my way to college.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Huh?
Who's on their way to college? Is that what you just said?
Pammy.
Pammy? Oh, wow.
Hi, girly.
Do you want a wood board at the Marver, or do you do the feet on the Marver?
Good luck with this semester, Pammy.
Oh, I could do it right on the Marver. So it's really important with these 3 appendage type leaves for the feet that you make sure this thing is sitting perfectly symmetrical, you guys. It's a tough thing to do. I've gotten pretty good at doing it, especially out at the Renaissance Festival with all the wind and everything going on. But you have to make sure the feet are completely equalized in heat. Otherwise, it does no good if you level them out. Did you show them that one right there, Shell?
No, because I didn't think you were going there. I'm going to show them the table, and you can show them that one when you're done making this.
I think this one's a little daintier and kind of sexy.
It is daintier.
One quick flash, and I think we're going to be ready, Oliver.
All right.
This is the piece you never want to punny when you're an apprentice. You're like, no, I don't want to walk away with that. Don't make me responsible.
Carrie says, any addicts heading to Ren Fair on the weekend of the 21st? Last minute decision. I am celebrating a return to normal at the office and taking day off to check it out. Sharon says, it's looking like a sweetie of a piece.
Looking like a what?
Sweetie of a piece.
It is.
It's a sweetie, that's for sure.
Oh, wait. Look who is causing trouble. Say hello.
Just so you guys can keep track of how long she's getting.
She's super clean. Yep, step on Bess's belly.
Check that one out, Donna.
Oh my goodness.
Just look
That's
right at it.
gorgeous.
Nan says, send some of these leaf ones to the festival.
We made, like, this weekend, we probably made like 10 or 12 of them out there, guys, over the 3-day period, and we had none left. Every one of them sold off the pipe, and then every time we wanted to make one, it was a custom one for someone. So we haven't been able to do them for inventory, and we'll see what happens tonight, but they don't stick around long.
So this piece is going to be available to our members only. Any other pieces that we make on the show tonight, other than the giveaway piece, are going to be first come, first serve available during the show on the website. Juz says, let's see here. Juz says, the Renaissance Festival is how I found out about you guys. Welcome. We are glad to have you here.
So, Beth, you'll have to check it out, and you probably know this. We have a Royal Glassmakers Facebook page, and people would talk. I've never been to the Renaissance. There was a Michigan Renaissance Festival fan page. Yes. And people say, I've never been out to the Renaissance. What should I go see? And I commented that a lot of people talk about the bands and the performance, but what about the artisans? So I asked people if they had been to the Royal Glassmakers booth. It's pretty cool. People are responding with, yes, it's one of my favorite booths. They take pictures of the work that they bought there. Because not everything is, there's some imported works. Not everything is handmade.
When it
started, at the festival, it was in the 70s it started. There were potters and leather workers, sword makers, all kinds of stuff. But we are one of the few booths left that do 100% handmade. And so people started posting pictures, like we said, of the work that they bought during the weekend. And that's a free access page, so you can go to Facebook, Michigan Renaissance Festival fan page. The reason we do it, it's pretty fun. It's close to home. And it's 7 weekends like doing an art fair, but it's in your backyard.
If you haven't seen it on our Royal Glassmakers Facebook page, we are also running a photo contest during this Renaissance Festival season. So if you have gone out to Ren and seen us already this year, or if you are planning on going out to Ren Fest this coming weekend or maybe sometime this season, we are running a photo contest. So if you DM any photos you take of our booth or of our glass blowers in action to our Facebook page, to the Royal Glassmakers page, you are going to get entered to win a $100 gift card to the Glass Academy, and that can be used in person, it can be used online, it can be used on product or on classes. But anybody who enters, or anybody who sends a photo is going to be entered. Each photo is an entry, so the more photos you send, the more entries you get. And we will pull a winner for the gift card, a random winner. It's not going to be like our favorite photo or anything, but we're going to pull a random winner from all of those entries after the last day of RenFest, and you will get a $100 gift card. So take photos, send them in to us. We love to see them. We love to have new content to post. We know what we are looking at and what we see when we are taking photos and video, but we love seeing it from a customer point of view as well, because you guys see everything that we do in a different light. So we want to be able to have those point of views as well.
If I can talk about this goblet being made here, this chalice.
Of course.
This beautiful leaf-finned vessel. Go ahead and rewind that, everybody, when you get a chance, and look at the rotation of that piece. As Chris is rotating it back and forth, and see how even that is. That whole, everything is like on center with this piece. That's such a hard thing to do. And we've been in Renaissance mode for so long that we got some good energy being back in our home studio.
Linda's got a technical question, Oliver. I don't know if you can answer this.
Beautiful.
And of course, it's going across the studio. So while they're running over there, let me show you the table, which will be live in just a few seconds. No, minutes.
In 1 minute. So this is our table for tonight. We've got a beautiful collection of creatures and characters, all one and dones. You guys can see him. He's really cool. He's got that sparkle glass. He's got a lot of different spots and slime, and he's got kind of a little matching snail or snake buddy and a gnome. We've got some beautiful detailed gnomes. I love the hat on that gnome. He's one of my favorites. We've got, again, some more fun one-and-done slugs on the table, but this is going live in just a few seconds at 6:30. That link, I will post it in the comments, but it does go live on our website as well.
You see the sparkle on that one? And I like this guy. He's just kind of like laid back, like Mr. Chubb. Like he ate all the flowers in the yard and he's just chilling. All right. So let's check in with Chris here and see how he feels about this goblet. Oh, wait, he's texting Greg.
Hello.
No?
I was trying to share this on my Facebook page
so
that people could watch the show, but I couldn't do it quick enough, so they'll have to wait, and maybe I'll get it there at like 7:25. I'll share it 5 minutes before we...
Perfect. Let me show off your goblet here. Will you...
So this is a goblet Michelle is showing that was a custom order, right, Chris? this goblet. So it's already sold. It was a custom order that was made out at Renfest this weekend. A lot of times things come here for pickup, just so people can have them, you know, if you're not going to Renfest multiple weekends or whatever it is. But this goblet's here and ready for pickup, but we wanted to show that to you. We've got some beautiful leaf detail, which actually brings us to that technical question I can ask you guys from Linda. Linda says, curious how you can be sure the leaf foot will stay in the proper place while in the annealer.
Wait, say that again?
So Linda says, curious how you can be sure that the leaf foot will stay in the proper place while it's in the annealer.
We don't. It's just experience. It's pretty heavy duty.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, we know. But, I mean, a lot of practice.
It's that goblet's going in when it is so cold that it's not moving anymore, but not cold enough to where it's gonna like explode into a billion pieces. And then the annealing oven holds it at a temperature to let it like de-stress, let it anneal at a temperature where it's also not going to explode, but it's not going to slump or move anywhere. And it took a lot of years to figure out where that is. There's some ancient pieces of paper floating around of all of our annealing temperature cycles that I got to translate digitally, but a lot of trial by error.
Yeah, it's like the geodes that Jake made, or crystals that 2 seconds of stepping away and they melted.
Yeah.
So
I can't tell you how many times I've had pieces inside the slumping oven. And I've looked at them like, just 5 more minutes. And then I walk away, and like a half hour later, I walk back, and they're completely flat. I've actually driven home to Ann Arbor and forgot that they were right at the max temperature.
Oh no.
They drove all the way back and just being like, doy! So then somebody told me, just set the alarm on your phone.
I was going to say, that's before alarms were on a phone.
Yeah.
Now it's a lot better.
I mean, I have
Modern
an old
technology.
wind-up bell alarm clock. I try to set it for like 5 minutes. It wouldn't work, you
Because
guys.
you were
It was
born
tough.
in like 1912.
That's right.
And it was the 50s, and all you had was the wind-up alarm clock.
How could it be the 50s in 1912? That's
If
what
you
I
were
want to know.
born in 1912,
That's something Chris and I have in common. We're both 1900s babies.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
how many of you out there are 1900 babies? I would say,
I'm a 1900 baby.
yeah, I would say, what, 80% of our audience?
Probably. There might be a couple people still born in the 1800s that are watching.
Icarus, are you watching?
Icarus!
What year were you born? Are you a 20 baby?
Icarus has got to be a 1900s baby.
I would think.
Hard to say. I can't tell people's ages. Please don't be offended.
Marianne says, I missed. Where is Jake? Jake had a very long weekend out at Renfest. He had a 3-day weekend out there. And so he is catching up on life and other work-related things that are not Renfest. So he is taking the night off from the show, but he is catching up on life. So obviously he is missed dearly, but he just needed the night because Renfest is Renfest season. So
You know what I'll say? Let me add to this. So the power goes out Tuesday. We had an event Tuesday afternoon. Power goes out. The show doesn't happen. We've got to think about the stuff in the annealer for this class. The guy's coming the next day, trying to juggle what we're going to do. Then Chris and I left for a wedding on Thursday. Jake drove up Friday for the wedding, one of his good friends. Then Renaissance Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Lightly?
Tuesday, the contractors were here at 8 a.m.
Good.
So, to say it was a busy week was mild.
mild, yes.
All right. You know what? I'm going to try something fancy here.
Trying to post a picture of the table to the Glass Academy Facebook, and I almost just put it on my personal page. So let me try that again.
All right, Chris is on his own, no rules, no commitments. He's going to do something different. What that looks like, I have no idea.
Take a little nobule off the end. I used the nobule warmer upper.
And then you follow it up with the nobule remover.
That's the NW. Is that right? What was the W stand for again?
Warmer upper.
Oh. I forgot instantly.
It's a compound word W.
Michelle, could you do me a favor? Could you hold the camera with one hand and use a paddle with the other so I can get a nice sharp edge on this?
Yep.
All right, Oliver, will you give me a caparoonie?
Absolutely.
Cap it, Oliver.
Capping.
Michelle, on.
So the skill you
Blow,
guys
Oliver.
don't see behind the camera.
Everybody
is
off.
Michelle is
Blow,
paddling
Oliver.
and holding the camera.
Keep
at the
blowing
same time.
hard. Good. Thank y'all.
Did we
All
get
right.
it?
Yes, let's put a little pacifier on this pup. Look at that.
Oh. A little nobule. Not knob. I'm not going to be able to say that word today.
Nobule.
Nobule. Ugh.
So I decided to go with a different shape on this, guys.
Numbers?
A tall, thin, elegant shape.
Facebook is 40. YouTube is 27.
It's looking pretty cool. This one I'm going to do a real low profile, probably just 3 leaves cradling the top. Petite and Moderno.
I do want to say, too,
Derno.
Yeah.
if you ordered a product from last week's show, thank you so much. Ellery was able to do some of the shipping on the weekend. Those items shipped out today. But even the shipping, like we couldn't print the labels. We could wrap the items, but we couldn't print the labels, which tie to our system.
All right, some
It's
leaves.
all little things you don't think of when the power goes out.
I know.
Gold.
And like we get a special shipping rate if we use this program, so it's better for the customer, better for us. Etsy orders, like all of that.
Another pacifier. Now, you guys didn't forget, why is it called a pacifier bit?
Because babies like it?
Yeah, babies love those things. Yeah, now at the Renaissance Festival, you see them falling out of babies' mouths all the time, right inside a dirt pile. People trampling all over everything, and then mom just picks it up and gives it to her kid, and she's like,
Did you fall this weekend in the dirt?
what?
Did you fall this weekend in the dirt?
I was in the dirt. There was some pretty big mud puddles. We had some leftover mud from several days ago. And I can tell you, it did kind of dry out though, but our Royal Glassmakers booth is right on the edge of the notorious Renaissance Festival swamp.
Which, if you didn't know, that swamp is where we found Matt.
Is where you found Matt?
Yeah.
What? Are you
That's right. We
kidding
told
me?
that story over and over again. He's a swamp critter.
I know there were beavers digging nests in there this year, and that was a big issue.
Ooh,
Yeah, we
how
made friends with
cute.
those guys.
The beavers?
Yep.
So wait, does Matt crawl back in the swamp at the end of the season? Like, how does that work? Or do we just save him out of the swamp and now he's just here?
If you're of the swamp, it's respectful to return to the swamp.
Poor Matt.
Sometimes, if you're around a swamp and you hear someone talking in a very soft voice about glass blowing, that's Matt holding a beautiful leave-in goblet.
Heat that up for me. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, Matt did a great job out there this weekend.
It was
He
his
was only
first
out there
time.
on Monday, first time out there, and he tore it up, man. He tore it up on the mic. Everybody who comes out to the Renaissance has to be on the mic talking to the crowd all the time. And Matt was on it. Remember what we said, you guys. I said we're going to Leaf Town, but they're all going to be different, unique, one-of-a-kind, super cool shapes. And I like this one because this one kind of is a cool little retro, almost it's probably going to be like a nice German Pilsner type glass. We may have to go with I don't know. 3 is going to work, but it kind of seems like I split the
I'm
difference
keeping an
just almost for 4.
I'm posting photos.
But we'll just go for the 3.
It'll look good as 3.
You can heat that last bit up and have it be a stem for me too, Oliver. Whatever's left over of that.
Understood.
So when that cools down, that bluish color, is that going to stay that color, or does that change to something a little different?
It still has some heat in it. It's going to be like a copper blue.
Beautiful
It's a pretty
electric
color.
blue.
Yeah, right now it's a nice color.
It's going to look gorgeous.
Speaking of nice colors, next week is pre-sales for our signature pumpkin, and that is the coolest color ever.
I cannot wait for you guys to see this. You won't see it tonight, but I can't wait for you to see it. Which brings me to a question for you all. What color do you want to guess is this year's signature pumpkin? If you guys can put it in the chat. Last year we had a blue themed pumpkin. The year before I believe was periwinkle or like a purpley color. The year before that I believe was a copper ruby, I think. So what color do you guys think this year's signature pumpkin is? You're not going to get the answer until next week, but I want to see what you guys say.
That's good. All right, we're going to take let's do a blue. We'll do a clear bit and then 3 blue leaves.
Okay. Do you want to tell them, Bess, what colors we did in 2021 and 2022?
I did.
Yeah.
But
You did already? Okay.
We can't hear best, so
that's fine. So just to make sure I'm correct, we had a blue color last year. The year
Yum.
before that was like that periwinkle purpley color.
yep.
And was it the copper ruby before that?
Oh yeah, with the moss spots.
Yeah.
So this is I can tell you this, if you've not bought a pumpkin before, if you're a first timer, this is going to be one you love. If you are a regular,
This is still one you'll love.
yeah, we've never made
go-
this color
go for those
pattern
leaves.
before. So what could it be that we've never, out of the thousands of pumpkins we've made, what could be so unusual about this one? Some of the Loyalty League members will know.
It's a trick question. This year it's signature acorns.
We've already got some guesses coming in. Sharon says teal or green. Annette says rose. Carol says cranberry. Dave says raspberry. Kelly says dark blue. Lori says an orange color. Kelly says you were in love with cranberry and the sparkly color that is escaping me. Mary says purple and gold.
I will tell you, in the mix of those comments, someone got it right.
Over on the YT side, Sherry says blue. Jez says mustard yellow. I like the specific
Ooh.
color. Coffee says yellow.
One
Sherry
coat's
also
good.
says a tie-dye pumpkin, which is cool.
Wow.
Jake would love to do a run of yellow pumpkins.
Yeah, you
bananas?
guys all know that's Jake's favorite colors, yellow.
Vicky says, I hope it's a raspberry color. Kelly says teal and orange. Linda says Van Gogh earth tones. Let's see. Marianne says teal and mango. You guys are coming up with some fun color combinations. Deborah says
Mango.
black and gold.
It is two-tone. It's got 2 colors to it. So next week will be pre-sales. Pre-sales just help us get an estimate of how many we need to make. Then the following week they ship out. So you will actually get them before our pumpkin show, which is super cool. So you can be inspired, you can tell others about it. And then we're gonna have a virtual pumpkin show and an in-house live show.
It's crazy. I'm in such Renaissance mode,
It's like, what? Pumpkins?
but I know I'm gonna have to switch into pumpkin mode here very quickly soon.
I think that Renaissance mode turns into pumpkin mode.
Well, because it cools off during the season.
Yep, we got 4 weekends left of Renaissance Festival, and the last 2 weekends are serious harvest season action, you guys, and we love it. It's cool out, there's leaves blowing around, all the acorns. No one mentioned anything about the acorns this weekend. We had like probably 100,000 acorns dumped on us all day long. They were hitting us in the head, they were doing all kinds of craziness.
Sunday was crazy for acorns. Was Monday even more crazy?
Monday was even more crazy, except for the 2 that I threw perfectly from the upstairs and hit Oliver right in the head. It's great.
It's funny you guys actually say that because I went out to my friend's campsite on Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday. And I didn't stay the night. We were just out there hanging out. But we were getting pelted with acorns out there, too. They just kept coming down. We were ducking. It was not a fun time.
I mean, if they fall from a high tree and they hit you, it is not pretty.
It's painful. Trust me, we got spanked around pretty good.
The booth is covered when they're sitting at the bench blowing glass, but they will take the item out and walk it in the crowd. And in doing so, people get nailed by acorns all the time. And in the booth, when they land on the ceiling, like now we don't jump anymore, but you can tell the new customers that aren't used to it because it's like a gunshot sometimes. It's so loud.
Well, yeah, and I'll tell you what, guys, when I was putting the roof on that building with my buddies, we were like, yeah, this metal roof is going to be real loud when there's a rainstorm, but nobody considered there was going to be an acorn storm literally the whole fall season. I mean, it is loud. I'm talking like somebody's like shooting a machine gun at you.
I tried to like talk to the crowd and ask them a question. I just had to stop until the acorns were done so I could get a word in.
Because when there's like a breeze, they blow and they all come off. Okay, so the Marver is cool enough that it stabilizes the feet.
Give it a flash, Oliver.
It's not cracking the feet because the feet are so hot. But the trick is with the punny, it will lose heat real quick. So it has to be a nice stable punny, and when you open up the top, you don't mess around with it a lot.
As I mentioned earlier, we've got a lot of different giveaways this week, so when we're done with this piece, I'm going to do a few of those. I also wanted to mention to you guys, I'm going to read off some reviews, or not really necessarily reviews, but some evaluation comments from some students who have taken classes over the weekend. And it's really cool for us to see all of the different things that people say and all of the different experiences. So we're going to read a couple of those off. If you've ever taken a class here at the Glass Academy, if you can put in the comments how you felt about your experience, how you felt maybe coming in, if you were afraid, if you were excited, if you were terrified of touching anything at all, if you really wanted that hands-on experience. Give us that kind of experience that you had or that you were going into in the comments, and we want to kind of see where everybody falls.
And the reason that helps us, like one of the comments Bess mentioned, is someone said they were terrified. It blows my mind that you would sign up for a class if you were terrified. But they do it. They're so excited. They're willing. I mean, I guess it would be like skydiving.
People go to Cedar Point to be terrified.
I know.
People come to the Glass Academy to be terrified.
It's an experience we can provide.
That's right.
You got to push yourself.
Yeah.
Trying new things.
When you come for a class, I stand around the corner in a blind spot and I just yell boo at people.
Yeah.
Get that adrenaline pumping. I did see a question in the comments. I don't remember who it's from, but thank you for your question about asking. That new glass design that we asked people what they would call that color pattern, they were asking what we settled on.
Did we settle on something?
We did Sam she put together a whole short on YouTube that's got it featured. And we did settle on a name, but now it's eluding me. If we can look at the short
Absolutely.
on YouTube, at the end of the clip, the short is 58 seconds. So the last 2 seconds, the name shows up. And I don't know if you guys know about shorts, but Sam put this really cool short together with music, like a whole clip in 58 seconds of Jake making that glass. She like edited it out, found the perfect music. It was insane. She did an amazing job. And then I think when it's done too, it links right back to the website where the cup is available for purchase on the Glass Academy page, the Gathering Point page.
I'll let her know.
We're staying at a campsite tonight. I can't wait.
Have a good
over a
night.
lake, clear skies. Full moon is going to be sparkling.
I'm looking at this glass in this beautiful blue, and I know that a fancy glass like this should only have the fanciest of beverages poured in it.
What would
But
that
all I
be?
can think about is like a Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
That's so funny.
I'll
I'm
take that
thinking
stamp,
like
Ollie.
Prosecco or something. Like some sort of bubbly champagne. What would you guys put in this glass?
I think Sunday morning mimosa. Mimoso. How's it pronounced?
Ends in an A.
Mimosa. So this is the same beautiful leaf pattern I was telling you guys about, but I got a really nice kind of retro look to it here.
When you guys take it over to the elevator, give it across the
Mary said when she came in for class, she was so excited. She felt like a small child at Christmas. I'm going to try to come to happy hour every April for my birthday.
I love it. And for those of you who are local, on Fridays, check the schedule. But we're doing some
Don't even need
drop-in
any.
live glass blowing.
Look at the reduction on those leaves.
Yeah, we have some coming up this Friday. We have live glass blowing in the studio.
That's it. Don't even need it, Oliver. These leaves are perfect.
You're going to fork it away?
I'll grab the fork then.
Yeah.
The fork, because it's narrow, he can lift it by the Evolio. He'll give it a nice heat. It's been in the pipe warmer, so he doesn't have to, actually. You can see the colors are stunning. Little torch to make sure it's not sharp. Oliver takes the hot forks.
Ooh, it's a pretty one. Make sure
And
you don't go too
away
far back
it
with
goes.
those pokers, Oliver. You got plenty of room in there. You don't want to touch the element.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to give the guys a second to cool off.
Yes.
And Bess has got some housekeeping, so she'll tell you what's up.
All right, what's up?
What's up?
So, a couple of those eval comments I'll read for you guys. So, one person said a BYOB watch while instructors design a pumpkin for you would be fun. So, they're kind of thinking a spin on our happy hour. Yeah, absolutely. We actually already do things like that. Sometimes at our live glass blowing, we'll take some custom orders, or at Pumpkin Fest especially, we take a ton of custom order pumpkins. So that's kind of like your own watch the instructors design a pumpkin for you. Someone said, fantastic. This was a bucket list item for me. I will be back. Matt and Bess were great. Oh, look, it's me.
That's funny.
I actually remember who this was. They came in this weekend when I was hosting, and on Saturday, they had never done anything like this. They actually drove in from Oxford, so they had a little bit of a drive to come in. It's about an hour or so away. And they were really excited to be able to finally get to do something like this. They really liked the ability to be able to create something, and then they also already had a plan for where they were going to place their item, and it was a really cool experience for them. We also had somebody come in and say, I was terrified, and they literally wrote out terrified, like they put spaces in between the letters. Terrified is a big chunky word on this page. And they said, didn't realize how, and they put stars next to how, didn't realize how hard it was. Matt was quiet during the tutorial, but super supportive and informative during the one-on-one. Our glass blowers are here for you guys. One of the things I like to say is just always be in communication with your glass blowers, because I know that they're ready to step in where you need it. If you need a little bit more help on certain things, let them know that. We've had somebody who maybe had limited mobility and they said, hey, I need a little bit extra help and I need you guys to help me grip the tools better, or whatever it was. And our glass blowers were so excited and so happy to jump in to make sure that that person had a great experience. We've had people saying, hey, like, I feel pretty good about this. Let me see what I can do. And then, you know, our instructors are a little bit more hands-off. So it really just depends on your comfort level, how you're communicating with your glass blowers, and how they see your project is turning out, because they want it to be a success for you as well. Anything to add there, Michelle?
No, I think you nailed it. It's communication. It's voicing. Like when we do groups, I'll say who's scared. 3 people out of the 10 will raise their hands, and I say, you guys don't go first. Who's excited? They go first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And it's really cool to see everybody coming in with, 1, different expectations, and 2, different levels of excitement. Like we said, that person was terrified, and then I had somebody else that same weekend who has been waiting for months or years to be able to do something like this.
And I was going to say, in my group, the woman who was terrified, one of their group didn't show, and she's like, I want to make the extra one.
Yep.
So she did. All right, since we have 2 nights of housekeeping, we are going to do...
I've got my Renfest winners.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I've got our winner from last week. So every weekend at Renfest, we have a giveaway. They get to win a class for 2. And so last week's winner was Grant Kenyon. So Grant, if you are watching, you're going to receive an email from one of our staff members here this week about how to redeem your class. So congratulations. And then our winner for this week is Izzy Imore. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but Izzy, you're also going to receive an email on how to redeem your class for 2. So congratulations to both of you. If you go out to Renfest, make sure you do stop by and see us. Make sure you enter to win. Like Chris said, we do a giveaway at the end of every day. We also have our class giveaways. We've got a lot of really fun things out there, so make sure you stop by. Chris, what you got?
Well, last week, I think we might have mentioned this, but because last week wasn't really a show, I want to highlight what Linda Broca sent us. Not only did she send us the fun snail costume that I get to wear.
Nice job, Vanna.
This is an advent calendar for Halloween, countdown to Halloween. And I don't know, I kind of feel like we need to open one because it's the gnome countdown. So I know Chris has to do it. Where's number 1?
Does it have to be number 1?
Yes, we have to go in order.
You can't go backwards? I'll bust open
I mean,
number
is it
1.
countdown? Should we go backwards? I always did number 1, like October 1.
Looks like somebody's
'cause I
trying to
think if
bust
we-
into these over here and get a sneak
No,
peek.
the box got
Well,
beat up when it
that
got
was Jake.
shipped.
So are we doing 1 a week until we get closer? Like, how are we working this? Because we're still more than 30 days out from Halloween.
I think we're just going to open as
Let's
many
just-
as feels right.
Let's
Cool.
just open 1 tonight because I need to see it.
Are
Yes.
they edible?
We don't know.
We're going to find out right
Oh.
now.
Open
Well,
it
I
up.
call it if it's dark chocolate. If it's
Dark
milk
chocolate, it's been
Oliver gets
melted.
If
it.
it's chocolate, I don't want it. So that
I'm
is all
going
yours.
for number 1,
If
folks,
it's
right
plastic,
here.
that's for Poe.
Etta gets dibs.
Oh, there it is.
It is a
A
gnome
tiny
hat?
little gnome hat.
So I wonder if there's a gnome somewhere in here and then he has accessories.
Is it edible?
I don't think so.
Here,
Let me
but-
sniff it. Hold on.
like Mr. Potato Head. Maybe it's an elf that you put together.
It's definitely
what
not
I'm
edible.
thinking,
It doesn't
maybe?
taste like anything except for plastic.
All right,
So I'll
don't
pass
eat
it
it.
on.
we're gonna find out.
There you go. All right. Number 1's jammed in there.
Hello, I backed up the camera too much. There we go. Okay, and we're off.
We going over the table at all?
I think that just made me more confused about what this is. So I like it.
I think it's, yeah.
Could
we
be
have-
like a gnome potato head.
It could
It says
be.
Gnome Advent Calendar, Halloween Countdown.
We have gone over the table a little bit. If you want to show off maybe your favorite piece or 2 there, Chris.
I will show you my favorite pieces, and I can tell you what. Looking on this table right here, it's an unbelievable table, but I didn't make one thing on it.
And I also want to say we're a little short-handed tonight, so if something has sold, I might be showing it.
Well, I don't know, but I'm going
You're
to
gonna
tell you
have
what
to
I
look.
like the best. This guy, I love the gnomes. I mean, Jake's just took the gnomes to a completely different level, and this guy's beard is blowing my mind. He does a great job, and I've seen products that Michelle and I have developed and I've taken in through the production deal, and they've developed into amazing products for making so many of them. Jake has done such a good job on these gnomes that it's literally, I mean, isn't that beard tasty, Oliver?
I love the beards on these.
I mean, look at the way that the hair comes out. I mean, I don't know, you guys.
Here's a question.
There's
What's
nothing
the
else
difference
like it.
between a gnome and an elf?
Oh, God. And there's the 7 dwarves, which is kind of confusing. But I think gnomes live under rocks, and they're neutral. They don't have men and women gnomes. They just, I don't know, they might be hatched from eggs. And what else do you have to say about them, Oliver?
Every gnome has a beard. You ever hear of
an
an
elf.
elf? You ever hear of an elf that has a beard?
No?
I don't know.
Name one elf that has a beard. Get in the chat if you know an elf that has a beard. They don't exist.
I feel like there's got to be an elf up at the North Pole.
Wasn't there one that was going to be a dentist?
There was.
Kirby?
That's right. He went and he moved, literally relocated. He was a transplant to the island of misfit toys.
And he
All
didn't
right.
have a beard.
Let's get one on. I got one going already.
You guys start. I wanted to say we do have questions you could enter to win. Tonight's question is a famous favorite performance or show that you saw at a summer festival. Because we've been at the Renaissance, we're seeing all these performers, and so we're curious what your favorite might be. You can send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com. Some of you get an email during the day and you might have already answered the question. But last week, someone won this tasty piece. And then because we still send the survey out whether the show happens or not, we didn't get a chance to make something. So I chose this tumbler because it's a perfect size for like any beverage, like a Coke or a Sprite or a beer, room for ice cubes. And with this flanged bottom, this wider bottom, it sits super nice, and when you hold it, it's like a nice grip. Your hand just fits right in those edges. And so if you want to win, the question again, favorite performance or show at a summer festival, could be Shakespeare in the Park or a band. Send your answer here, and we're back to the action.
What you making, Chris?
I think I'm going to make something different. I think I'm going to make a leaf chalice.
Jacob's on. He says, sick twist cup, looking good, everyone.
What? I just came over here. The minute he turns on, I walk away to show you. Oh, look, against your white shirt. Put it up against. Yeah, because you can
Right
see the
about here,
purple.
maybe. Just gaze upon it, everybody. Make sure my microphone's on. My microphone's on. Hey, everybody.
Look at
Just
those
look right at
feet, the Rosetta. So nice, so nice. Thank you, Mr. Oliver.
You're welcome.
So for our members, I wanted to just let you guys know that that member piece, that purple leaf goblet, is available for you all. So you can use that link that you were sent, and that's available. And then the one that we just made is going to be available in just a second. I'm working on getting that uploaded right now.
Oh, yeah. This one in the giveaway.
All right, into the mold. At Renaissance, we take out some of our molds. So that's also tricky for us as a business. We've had to duplicate some of the items that we have. In the early years, I'll tell you, we brought the molds out. We'd go to make pumpkins or something during the week and not have the proper mold. It was kind of painful. But now, over the years, we've been able to purchase more molds. We got the checklist refined.
Hello,
Now
Oliver.
we know what we're doing. That's a really cool piece. If you get a chance to go to a museum,
Good.
Roman glassware
Hello?
has this technique on them. You snip the glass with the ribs, and it's got,
Good.
there's a name to it. It's a Roman something.
Mezzostampo.
Super cool.
All right, Oliver, I'll take a pacifier.
All right.
So Jake's on the show.
What up, Jake?
Yep, Jake's in the comments.
Jake, go rest.
Carol, yes, the members only piece is only for the Loyalty League. So all of our Loyalty League members, that link would be available for you all in your email.
What color is this one?
Iris. You can go ahead and start up some leaves, Oliver.
All right. So you're gonna tell me what color by the time I get back?
In a minute, yeah.
I've got a nice comment I'm going to read here from John about class. He says, we took the meditation sphere class. I was all about getting the hands-on experience, but was anxious about screwing it up, having some treachery attack, or squeezing the neck too far, or having it slump too far over to where it wasn't going to work. A couple years later, my son took the Breath of Michigan class for his 16th birthday, and he was cool, calm, and collected. Oliver thought he had taken classes before he did so well.
How about black?
Everybody comes in with a different experience, and it's really cool for us to see all of those different experiences, and for you guys to communicate that with us, because we can kind of, you know, put your anxieties to rest. I know that the glassblowers do a really great job of talking everybody through classes when they're taking a class. We try to help that out with the tour, kind of get you guys comfortable. Jake is also on the YouTube side. He says, what up, YT, looking good.
YT folks, who saw that short that Sam made? If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go to the YT channel, look under shorts on our playlist.
Not the brewery.
Were you just talking about the woman from the weekend who was like had a lot of anxiety about class?
Talking in general, yeah, about people being terrified or having anxieties about going into class.
I have one little thing to say on that. We've taught a lot of people who like bring a certain level of anxiety and super good about dealing with that. I read that evaluation form this morning and I got such a kick out of, I assume it was a lady because the handwriting was very, very neat and orderly. And perfectly spaced letters in all her handwriting, and when she wrote the word going in, I was terrified. It was extra spaced out, and it read like it just read like she really meant it. And I was so happy to hear. I think it was Brendan teaching that class, how good of a job he did with that.
I think it's really fun to see how each glassblower works with classes differently as well. Brennan's coming in from it maybe from a different angle than Oliver, then maybe a different angle than Matt or Jake. So it's really cool to see how each of them kind of tackle different anxieties people have coming in.
Did we ever tell the people about the class where I had students who were deaf?
No, Oliver, if you want to talk about it.
We figured that one out.
No, that's a great story, though, if you want to go for it. I wasn't here for it.
That was I really racked my brain that day.
You know, it's kind of interesting that they didn't tell us that beforehand. Do you know what I mean? You're coming, like, with danger.
Yeah.
There's hot things to touch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, they had told me that they had asked if they could take a class at another, like a different glass studio out of state. And they were told no because they were deaf, and they weren't just told no, they were told no very rudely, apparently.
Well, so they just showed up at our place without saying anything?
Yes, they were very anxious about being rejected.
They're probably nervous. They think they were going to be rejected, but we did an amazing job. Oliver's a madman. He did such a good job.
Teaching a class non-verbally wasn't something I didn't know I could do.
The reviews we got.
Well. All right, I will say this going forward. If you guys have a handicapped or something that's irregular like that, let us know so that we can take the time to work with you. That's definitely not something you'd want to rush through.
We're going to do some more leaves, Ollie. Go for it.
I mean, genuinely, for anyone watching, if that's a concern of yours, like, if you're thinking of taking the class with us, let us know. Because I would love to figure out how to accommodate anybody.
Going for gold ones.
You got it.
Brendan had his whole family here. That was kind of fun. His dad, mom, and sister. Really nice when the family can jump in. It's like, if your son's a lawyer, it's not like you're going to go to a case trial with them and be a lawyer. But when they're a teacher of crafts, it's pretty neat to be able to try the medium. The dad walked away saying, I had no idea how difficult this was. Between the heat and the balancing the glass and turning the pipe and all the different things, he had a new awareness and a new adoration for his son. Not sure if you can tell too. Another thing Chris is doing, he's placing these leaves opposite the hole of the leaves above them.
I noticed that all during Ren Fair.
The subtle differences. Those are the things like the aesthetics that either become natural for someone, and some people have that and some people have to work at it.
It's that word that Jake's been using a lot recently, proportionate.
Proportionate.
So somebody, actually a couple people have said, was that Joey we saw in a video from Renfest?
It was. Even Beth asked that. She texted me right away. Yes, we never know who's going to show up at Renaissance, and lo and behold, there in suspenders and overalls, well, suspenders and Renaissance garb was Joey and friends. And
so Joey just
Becca
attending,
came on
right?
Monday.
What?
Becca came by on Monday and we called her out, pretended like she never blew glass before, and got her up on stage.
Oh my
she
God,
made a
she
mug.
probably loved that.
Nice.
She loved it. It was beautiful. A lot of fun.
Yeah, so he was just attending, and then we ended up having him come up on stage. So how fun. So yes, that was Joey you guys saw in a video. Dave says Oliver is the bit master tonight. Looks like the heat is perfect.
Yeah.
We're figuring it out, Dave. Appreciate the recognition.
Do you guys notice a difference in the glass with the new furnace?
Yes, so much.
All right, I'll take a clear one, I think. Is that what that top one was? Clear? Yeah, I'll take a clear bit, and then we'll put black feed bits on.
Okay. The glass is... I don't need to shout, you can hear me.
You have a
the glass
microphone.
is holding its temperature so much, better. It's not...
Oliver, would you say that the glass out of the new crucible and the new furnace is as creamy as soft as the glass being propane fired out at the Renaissance Festival?
It feels as creamy as that, but then you guys switched it up on me and really had the furnace at the Renaissance Festival temperature cranked.
Yeah.
That glass was so hot. But that's honestly a really good point, is that it feels like glass that's being melted by a completely different fuel source. Which I guess I don't know if people know that or not, but glass that's heated by natural gas or propane behaves completely different.
I'm gonna go for a purple little creamy bit, and then we'll go for the 3 black leaves.
You want a little purple bit?
Yeah, that Maurice on the bottom.
Okay.
I forgot. Look what I haven't done yet tonight. Ding, 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 ding. Gotta have props.
Oliver, your grandma will be out at Renaissance this weekend.
Yes!
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
She's announced it to the world, though. It's official. It's not
Everyone's gonna
official
try and
until you
track
put it
her
in a Glass
down.
Academy comment.
Everyone's going to try and see Oliver's world-famous grandma.
Here's my question, though. Is she going to be dressed up in Renaissance garb?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I
Now,
love it.
I don't know what the Renaissance outfit looks like. They've left it a surprise for me. My grandma and grandpa have their own outfits.
Love that.
Mark
this
that
is
off
This
while
is
you're
their
talking.
first time going out to the fair.
Thank you.
Very cool. So they're all in. Just all at once.
I'm gonna find out.
Okay.
This weekend.
Yep.
Mary says this piece is giving me Victorian vibes.
You know, I think Bridgerton being out, that's not Victorian, but I don't know what era Bridgerton was. But I think it made people really want to dress up.
Yeah.
Because I have never seen so many people dressed up in the audience. Usually there's a couple, but it was insane. I saw a monkey this weekend.
I love a Renaissance style monkey. They're the best.
Hawks.
That was really one of those monkeys from The Wizard of Oz, the flying ones.
Yeah. There was Viking weekend, so there were all kinds of Viking activities. A beard contest. Who's got the fanciest, strangest, yada, yada, yada.
Is that cat out there who does tricks again?
What was that?
Is the cat who does
the cat
okay.
is next door.
I love that cat.
I know.
We could train Etta and she could do tricks and take her out there.
I know.
Mm-mm.
So this beautiful piece, when it's done, will also be for sale. And then right now the copper blue goblet is live. So that is available to anyone. And I'm posting the link for that in the comments here as well. And then the member piece is also still available. Just kidding, that is sold. It just came through. So the member piece is sold, but the blue goblet is still available. A reminder that our giveaway question for the week is, what is your favorite performance or show at a summer festival? Make sure you guys are emailing their answers to enews@glassacademy.com.
Email us.
Please email us. Also put your name in the email because we love to know who you are so we can say congratulations, you won.
It's hard to know who racecar215@gmail is.
Is that your email, Oliver?
Maybe.
Okay.
Hey. Don't email me. Email the Glass Academy.
Yes. My next round of housekeeping, it'll only take me a few minutes, but when they're done with this piece, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do our giveaway piece from last week, our beautiful Twist Cup giveaway from this week, and also the $100 gift certificate for the monthly winner as well.
Oh, yeah. It was the end of the month, man. We've got a lot of giveaways today.
August flew by. I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but I am not ready for it to be wedding month. I am so not ready. I've got 17 days, and I feel like I'm still have 100 things to do. So I need August to come back if we could just reverse time a little bit, but August flew by.
Nope. And the schools in our district and our area started a week early. So usually they start after Labor Day, and now they've started early.
I feel like schools are starting earlier and earlier.
Well, I asked a teacher, and she said they don't want to get out so late in June because you lose the kids' attention.
Yeah.
And they don't know with snow days and heat days. They got a day off last week because of the heat. And then it takes them a minute to settle down. So they say if you start before Labor Day, you get all the like zoomies out of the kids.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that when they come back this week, they're ready to go. And then like the 4-day work week, it's not as tough on the kids. I know.
I could see that being easier to kind of start off if you have only 4 days to go in. A week doesn't seem as daunting.
Yeah, right? If you've had the whole summer to hang out.
I love this color combination.
The black and gold.
And little perps underneath in the stem. Little mystery perps.
You could see the sun's going down pretty soon. It's going to be dark here again.
Yeah.
That big bright dot over there is from the sun going through the back windows.
Everybody in the comments says this whole year has flown by. I am glad it is not just me that felt like that.
I mean...
Push.
Ooh la la!
I am happy for the cooler weather in here today. The breeze
Yeah, I
from this
know.
door feels great. I actually have a long sleeve on. Oliver's got a long sleeve on.
Not me.
Not Chris.
Chris has the sun on him.
I'm
But you
still
don't have sandals
sweating.
on. You don't have sandals on today.
This is true.
I can't see your toes.
Yeah, I started out wearing sandals at the Ren, and those like 10-hour days of standing in flip-flops just didn't work. Needed something with some support, some arch, and some style. So I got out the old trusty dragon shoes.
We got the clogs. I don't know if we already mentioned it or not, but I know that we have a lot of Glass Academy Glass addicts out there who have some birthdays in September. So if you're a September baby out there, happy birthday. Happy birthday to all the
Happy
September
birthday,
babies.
September babies.
I know there's at least a few addicts out there in September.
And shout out to the Glass Addicts page. I know Dawn does a great job running that. Tanya kicks in on occasion. But if it wasn't for customers like you, no one would be able to enjoy it. So customers, you guys are the grassroots. Spread the word of all this glass magic. And allow us to keep making it. Shout out to
Little
the
thin
members
up
for
in
your
here.
support as well.
Looks nice.
We do not get sponsored or paid to do these shows, so it's fantastic to have membership customers who help us balance out the costs.
Try to
Putting
get the
on
whole
a show
thing
like
hot,
this.
and I'm going to give it a little puff on those sides to see if I can't straighten them out a little bit. There we go, it worked. That's so thin in that little area right there that you got to be so careful flashing it. You got to just hit it really quickly and then get just onto the tip, otherwise it'll collapse in that area if it's so thin.
Wants to fold up on you.
Yep, so I'm just going to rip this thing open once and we're going to go for it and get a stamper on it and get her away before she's so thin she just disappears.
Do you notice, being that like you have the ribs cut and separated, that as you're rotating there, like, do they want to twist up in that section where
They
you
can,
tipped it?
for sure.
When I
good.
do
Stamper bit.
Stamper coming right up.
Woo-wee.
So we did some spotlights last year, and there they are, because soon enough it's going to be dark in here again.
All right, putting the GA stamp on now, guys. The signature, most of you know, but some of you watch this later, some of you, bunch of people who watch these videos later, the GA stamps for the Glass Academy, even though we're the gathering point.
This is
It's
how we
the
sign our
Gathering Point
pieces.
show brought to you by the Glass Academy.
Yes.
And maybe
Yes,
one
sir,
day
Bob.
we can say sponsored by
Whoa.
PBS or something.
Sponsored by REI.
REI. Everyone knows what that is.
All right, Oliver, will you
MCI.
give me a little bit of reduction to bling this puppy out?
So we
got
do
it.
have one final piece that we're going to make, and that will be the giveaway. These guys are going to put this piece away and figure out what the giveaway is and get started on it while Beth
Ooh, look at
shares our prizes for the night.
Beautiful.
It looks nice.
That's definitely a Queen's chalice.
Sometimes we just got to come out and make back to back to back beautiful goblets.
Sometimes. Sometimes. All right, there it goes to the cooling ovens. Over to you, Bess.
All right, so got 3 giveaways for you guys. First and foremost, I am going to do our $100 gift certificate first for the month.
Okay.
So, if you guys didn't know, we do a monthly giveaway question in our e-news, and that if you answer it, you get entered into win a $100 gift certificate, which is just madness that we're giving away $100 every month, but we are.
That's $1,200 a year.
$1,200, and that's not even including our regular giveaways.
I know.
That's just a $100 gift
What's up with
certificate.
that?
So it is now September, which means we have an August winner. So congratulations to Sarah. You're going to receive an email from Donna on how to get that gift card that's good for classes or product online in person, but Donna's going to send you the details. So congratulations to Sarah for the month of August. My next one, Oliver, could you please hand model our lovely cactus as, let's see, it's titled the Cactus Slammer from
Now,
last week.
For this one, I just want you to imagine that you're out in a desert. You're surrounded by cactuses, and there's one coyote who's your best friend in the world.
Did he make you this glass?
Trip over a scorpion, and you bump your head. And underneath one lone rock, you find this shot glass.
We're in
full of water.
Renfest mode here.
I
sorry.
know. Why is everyone tripping?
Storytelling.
I think it's funny.
just hold it nice and close to the camera there, Oliver. Be very nice. So that's our giveaway from last week. We didn't get to give away because the power was out. So congratulations to Carrie.
What?
Shout out, Carrie.
So congratulations. As you know, you're going to get an email from Donna on how to get your little cutie.
We
One more giveaway
slipped
for you
last
guys.
week telling her she won.
Is our beautiful twist cup here.
It's my favorite one.
I love how the base is kind of flared on it.
Flared base for extra slammage.
Our question was, what should we name those new glasses? I've not found the answer yet of what we named them, but a lot of different fun answers. Somebody said, this was really my favorite answer. It says, if my name was Jake, I'd probably call it the Gripster or the Burble, because it is bubbling and rippling, and Jake mixes words together.
Oh.
Someone said it reminds me of the oil rain lamps my folks had in the 80s with the drops of shiny oil running down inside the wicker shades. A lot of people were saying something along the lines of it being a cactus glass, a gator glass. So our winner, which the winner was not picked by what name we liked. Again, it is always just random. We spin the wheel of all the people who have entered. So our winner of that beautiful twist cup is Benjamin. So congratulations,
Whoa,
Benjamin. You are going to get an email
name.
from Donna. It is a newer name. You're going to get an email from Donna on how to either pick that up if you're local or to get it shipped to you if you're not local. So congratulations. And congratulations to all of our winners. I have announced 5 different winners in one show, which I think is a record for us.
I think so too.
So congratulations. We do have one more giveaway to talk about, and that is the giveaway for this week, which Chris and Oliver have just started making. To enter to win this beautiful piece that they're making, you're going to send your answer to the question, what is your favorite performance or show at a summer festival you've seen, to enews@glassacademy.com. Please put your answer and your name in the email. If you put your answers in the chat, I love to see them, love to read them, but that does not get you entered to win. So make sure you send those in the email.
I tried to look up the short, but I can't do it with one hand.
And I am trying to look up the short, and I'm having difficulty locating it. So we're going to look afterwards, and maybe we'll have the answer for you next week on what we ended up naming.
You know what?
those
I'll put it in the body, the description of tonight's show.
Perfect. Michelle will put it in the description. Linny on YT says hi from Tennessee. Hello. Sharon says, wow, Oliver was spinning a yarn there. Nicely done. He is in Renfest storytelling mode.
After the whole festival, between all of them,
I've been doing
they
so
are
much
in
mic work.
storyteller mode. And then
And
what
when you put
happens
them all
is-
together, they're unstoppable.
I know. Then they come to Pumpkin and they do Pumpkin here. And the people that come have never been here before, or they're just staring at them like, what are they talking about? The cool thing about Renaissance is everyone's happy to be there. They're dressed up, they're having fun. The goal is just to have a good time.
I feel like if you're not spinning a pipe, you should then be spinning a yarn.
A yarn?
Mm-hmm.
Why does that, who knows where that expression came from?
I don't know. Do you guys know where that expression came from? Put it in the
Spinning
chat.
a yarn.
Why do they call it spinning
It
a yarn?
sounds like something that I've heard my whole life,
It does.
but Sharon saying it is like the only person I can think of who I know that says it like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it like when Grandma was knitting with her yarn, she was telling stories to the grandkids? Grandma, you're just spinning a yarn. And suddenly it was silent.
I'm thinking about it here. I've also heard like gossip, like a sewing circle.
Oh, right.
So maybe that's part of it too.
Yeah, when all the guys from the gym are hanging around sewing, sitting in a circle, and they're gossiping. Yeah, I know that happens all the time.
We've caught you in a few sewing circles, Chris.
You have?
These remind me of a trillium right now.
Punny?
Dave, I hope you're watching closely here, because I just brought a Volio, 3 leaves, and punny all off the same rod.
What? I've got a great question we can answer. Tom says, when will you be on again? I don't want to miss out. Tom, we are here every single Tuesday night. We are here in the warmer months from 6 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. When it gets nice and cold in here and we can kind of have equipment out longer and we can kind of be a little bit cooler here in the hot shop, then we will switch to our 6 to 8 schedule.
Could you bring me a
We're here every
tweezers, Oliver? I
Tuesday
think I'm
night on
leaving them
both
over on the
FB
knockoff
and
bench.
YT.
So our next 2-hour show will be the one in October. First week
So
in
we've got about a
October.
month left of hour-and-a-half shows, and then the first week in October we're going to switch back to our 2-hour when we know for sure it is nice and cool. September is one of those months here in Michigan where it could go either way. We could have some really hot days and we could have some really cool days. Last Monday was 92 degrees, and this Monday was about 75 degrees.
Yep.
Like, you really never know in Michigan in September.
Do you guys know what trilliums are? That flower that happens in the spring?
Little tiny purple ones?
No, it looks like this with white.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Doesn't it look like that?
It does.
The trillium foot.
And you guys, in case you missed it, this is the giveaway piece. What a beautiful giveaway piece it is. But to enter to win that giveaway piece, you're going to send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com. Your question is, what is your favorite performance or show at a summer festival?
Way up.
I'm going to put a crystal lip wrap on her. The last, second from the last bit of the day.
I thought that was going to be a nice cold punty.
It was not. That sucker was hot and creamy. Not going to be doing much trimming here. I'm just going to open it up a little bit and go for it, Oliver, so I'm ready.
All right.
It'll be at the end.
So the name of the cup, Michelle just handed it to me. I see Carrie literally just put it in the chat as well.
Oh.
It is called the Spotted Double Twist Technique. So that short is on the YouTube channel. If you guys haven't watched it, check it out. It is a really cool short. You guys get to see the action of that cup being made. And we've got an itty bitty teeny tiny little lip wrap, which I love, on this giveaway piece. Dave's got an answer for us on why it's called spinning yarn.
Yeah.
He says, spin a yarn originated in nautical slang. It alludes to making ropes from lengths of yarn on board ship. The men would have told one another stories while performing this long and tedious task.
Oh, wrong.
So I just want to know if that was a
It
cut
was
and paste,
men.
man. Was that a cut and a paste?
I listen, it might be a cut and paste, but I feel like whenever we have a question and we don't all know the answer between like the 5 of us on the show, Dave comes through
Dave's
and
always
usually
got it.
he's got some
I love that.
information
And we
for us.
thought it was like women gossiping, and it turns out it's men.
Yeah, when men were sewing, like I said. All right, Stamper.
Coming right up.
So this is just a little, one of your little kind of Venetian. I'm making pasta for my lovely mate, whoever he or she is, and you're gonna have a tiny little sip of some port. Kind of thicker, you don't want a huge glass of it, you just want a couple ounces of it to get a little nip on the end of your tongue. Whoa.
You could fit 75 Q-tips in this thing.
Ha ha ha. Home Depot has
more glass.
Home Depot has this bag of Q-tips that's like 7 different sizes. It's like Playland. You want to clean out every nook and cranny of your car, of your kitchen. There's a Q-tip for that.
Oh, I saw those, the big ones. I thought they
Oh
were
my
like
God,
for
they're
like
so fun.
some type of large animal ear, like going into your cow, your pet cow or horse, going in to get the goo out.
I was thinking auto detailing. Just like all those places when you clean your car you can't get into. There's a Q-tip for that.
Dave says definitely cut and paste, but I was also in the Navy.
Oh, seriously?
Very cool.
That's kind of cool.
John says, when's the next Jumbo show?
Jambalo, Jambalo.
Jambali show.
Number 300.
That's right.
We just looked at the calendar. December 24th will be a pre-recorded show, so no one has to work on Christmas Eve. And then
Carrie said that looks like a good Q-tip holder, Michelle.
Like a
I was
what?
about to say how many Q-tips could be held.
I
in
know.
that.
I'm sorry. I mean,
Way
I'll
too,
have to bring mine
way
from
too
home.
many.
Be 75 Q-tips in there.
Yeah, that.
Who wants to fill the Q-tip box all the time?
You say with 8 kids?
Yeah.
With 8 kids, I want a Venetian Q-tip holder in the bathroom.
I do. Man, every time you clean your ears, you're feeling happiness and beauty. It sounds right to me. You guys all laugh, and then you start doing it, and you're like, this is so beautiful. Why didn't I do this sooner? That stupid plastic jar from Bed Bath & Beyond just didn't cut it. See, you all laugh, but you all do it. All right, again, I don't know if anything's sold off the table. Looks like a couple items may have moved.
Oh yeah.
But we'll do a run by.
Batch.
Thank you for watching the show. We appreciate each and every one of you.
One more time for the question for the giveaway. Favorite performance or show at a summer festival. I've got it on the screen for you guys. You're going to send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com. Congratulations to all 5 of our winners. I felt like
Yeah.
Oprah tonight. Thank you for letting me do so.
I love it. Thank you. Edda's gone
Of
from
course.
under the table, but she was here a
She's
minute
right
ago.
on the
right
chair,
there.
Michelle.
What? Are you,
You can see
kidding
her
me?
little fuzzy butt sticking out.
I love how she wants to hang around us. Hello.
She's
there
getting
she
big.
goes. She's already giant.
She's getting big.
Have a wonderful,
All
great
right.
night, everyone. We
my
will see
water.
you guys next week.
All right. Have a great night, everyone.
Later, everybody.